Go.
Hi, Sally. Good to be back today again. And you've got that awesome painting behind you.
I know, the Solomon Special. It's Mandela. Mandala, sorry. Yeah, love it. Love it. Wild but refined. And yeah, I love looking at it when I'm on Zoom all the time because it's just in my background. Yeah.
And it's so much better than the stuff it covers up.
I know. Ideally, I'd have a white wall, but it's
No, it's good. It's good. So, Sally, before we start today, I'm going to ask you a personal question.
Oh, yes, I love these ones.
What's your star sign?
Oh, my star sign. Well, Aries.
Aries.
Are you?
So it's kind of relevant to what we're going to talk about today.
Really?
Yeah.
Real?
Because we're going to talk today about moving house, aren't we?
Yes. Are you a Leo?
No, I'm a Cancer.
A hard shell but soft centre.
Well, for a Cancer, home is very important.
Right. Yes. Well, that's right. Same with Leo, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's why I asked what your star sign was.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting. Yes. Moving home. Interesting topic.
So when I look up, as I did a little bit of research on this, when you look up the standard scales of stress test,
Yep.
they don't show moving as that big a deal.
I thought it was right at the top.
No, it's not. If you have a look at the scales, they come out of the American Psych Society, basically.
Yep. Yep.
And moving scores 20 out of 100. It's right near the bottom.
Really?
And why is that? You know, it exercised my mind. Why is that when someone like me finds the prospect quite scary?
Yep.
So then I had a look, and there's actually very little research around the stress imposed by moving.
Right.
So it doesn't score very well. So there was a study done a couple of years ago in England, quite a big study, and found that 40% of those surveyed found moving the most stressful life event.
Yep.
And a lot of them more stressful than divorce.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yes. Close to home.
60% put off moving because it was so stressful.
Yeah. Yep. And look, it's been interesting in this COVID, right? So many people have decluttered their homes, and which I have done, and then put my house on the market because it was just like, well, I've done all the work, and just see how we go. And
near where my daughter lives, the real estate agents report the prices have gone up about 100 grand because Victorians are moving there, cashed up, and they're finding they can buy a place, which is okay for most people, and spend $1 million on it and make it suitable for what they want.
Let me out of here. Seriously, Harry. It's like 11 weeks or 15 weeks or something. It's just like, seriously, everyone wants to get out of Melbourne. It's no joke.
So, I mean, if you have a look at the top 5 lists of stresses,
yep,
generally tend to get death, divorce, and moving occupying the first 3 spots.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I would have thought it was up there in top lot.
So you haven't died yet.
I've done the divorce.
Done the divorce. Now you're going to move.
Yeah. So when I was looking at all the stats too, and also the reason why people move, one, it's they want a bigger or better home, or you've purchased a new home. So like you're saying, getting out of Melbourne or whatever, I just want to move somewhere different. Often people move because they've got a work opportunity and, placements and whatever. But it was interesting because I can't find the stat, but most people only move from around the corner or up to 9K away, unless they're relocating for work opportunities. So often staying in the same area, particularly if they've got a good community.
Well, community is important, isn't it?
Very important. Yeah, absolutely. It's just like, I was involved with the dog park for many, many, many years. And, that was important. And I was still near the dog park when my dogs were alive. So moving in with a partner and also having a lifestyle change. So it was interesting at the various age groups. So where is it? Young people. Sorry, go on.
You're hitting all the spots today. Oh, my goodness. You're just reading out what's in my model.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, then you can bring it in with the model. But basically, young people, they usually move out when they're forming a relationship. Where's my stats here? Also relating to young people, though, that they will move out. Here we go. 46% who leave home before their mid-30s returned home at least once, usually within 3 years. So they've gone out, it's expensive, whatever, didn't work out, moved back in. And often while they move back in, more and more kids are living with their parents. In 2006, so this is, still a few years ago, it was 23%, but back in 86 it was 19%. But it's due to money, financial issues. They enjoy being at home. Who doesn't, if their washing's done and the meals are done and it's nice and cozy and someone actually cares for you and it's convenient. So some of those reasons. But so that's for younger people. Then you get the single parents like myself, relationship breakdown. You just have to move out. It's just how it is. And then older people, also myself, lifestyle change, which is what I want. I'm done with the city. I'm done with the noise. I'm done with the chaos. I just want to get back to nature. So yeah, they're often the three main things: breaking down relationship or forming a relationship, young person moving out with a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. And then like me, wanting a sea change.
Very good. Well, my model was touched on many of the things that you've talked about over the last few weeks. The first thing is you've got to declutter.
Yes. Oh, and it is that's a huge barrier for people because it's too overwhelming.
But keep what makes your house a home.
Yep.
Yeah. So in my case, it would be the sculptures, the mobiles, the artwork, all that other stuff.
I was just about to say that. This is like, absolutely, they're the key parts. We were only talking about this last week. And, if you move, for example, and you've got so many beautiful pieces around your home.
like the painting from Bali behind me.
Yeah.
So the second thing is, and this is the big one for us all, discover where you wish to move.
Yep.
And the factors that come up are important. You've already covered them: a lifestyle, work, and connections.
Yep. Connections, yep.
Now, if you want to get back to nature, Sal,
yep.
Unless you move to the edge of Melbourne, you're going to have to move cities.
I know, but you said that to me last week because I really love the peninsula. And you said, but, ultimately you want to be up near Sunshine Beach. So why don't you just do that? I mean, I do have commitments with the kids, so I have to make it all work. But, yeah, because you're limited, sprawling cities.
Unless you want to pay tons of stamp duty to you-know-who.
Yeah, that's right.
Our favourite, Mr. Andrews.
Oh, don't get me started.
Do you want to improve his superannuation? I mean, he's such a lovely bloke.
You try to get through this.
And if you declutter, you make space. You make a space, obviously.
Yep.
If you discover where you wish to move, then you can implement a strategy.
Yep, excellent.
And then, to echo what you've been doing over the last few months, is you've got to do the work. Do the work, but do it steadily and do it early.
Yep.
And then if you do that, you're more likely to have a success.
Yeah, but I like that because mine's taken me, how long have we been in lockdown? Since March. Yeah. And it's just finished. So it's taken that long. Slow and steady, chipping away. And we had hard rubbish. And I know how you feel about recycling and all that sort of stuff, but it all went to good homes because most of the stuff put out for hard rubbish was taken. Couches and stuff, dearly loved, pre-loved, but one man's trash is another man's trash. So
Are you going to bring all your gym stuff to where you're going?
Oh, yeah. Got to work out, baby. Got to keep, because if you don't move it, you lose it. So hang on, have we got the third one? So we've got declutter with space, discover strategy, do the work.
Yeah.
With the steady.
Read these.
You're on fire, Harry. You are on fire.
And I've entitled this topic, Propel and Prosper.
Oh, I like it. Oh, I've just found that stat. 60% of people move locally. So when they move, it's up to 9K away. So that's
the point.
Yeah, that's really honing in around the community, right?
You're not going to get much of a change in lifestyle if you move 9K.
Well, no, that's the thing, and that's only often people are going to bigger or better homes. So particularly with kids and expanding out and that sort of thing, staying in the same area.
Downsizing.
Well, downsize is more as we get into later ages.
But you would be downsizing because you've said this house you're in is too big.
It's way too big, 6 bedrooms. And
Yeah.
And also often when you split up, it's usually into something smaller just because of money and whatever. So it was interesting here. What did I have? People that have moved in the last 5 years. So they're just called the recent movers or something. So I got it from the ABS. 46% have usually only moved once, but up to 11% have moved 5 times in 5 years. Like, that's crazy.
I think the average life of a mortgage is, from memory, 7 years.
Right. Where's the, is that right? Is that all? I would have thought it's longer. Here we go. No, I've got one. I'll find it in a minute. Too many stats.
So I've got, why does moving why does the moving allow you to prosper? Because it ultimately allows you to adopt the lifestyle you deserve.
Yep.
And I hope that's what your move will deliver to you.
Yeah.
The lifestyle you deserve.
Well, it's just more peace and quiet. And I think a lot of people have woken up in this COVID situation. One, realizing you can move from home, but two, what's more important? And, nature's always been a big thing for me. Going for my walks every day has really been big. But just the noise and the traffic and I just don't need it.
I'd never live in a big city again.
Yeah.
Well, when we lived in Melbourne, we lived right on the edge. So
yeah.
You're a green wedge.
I mean, you moved for work. Was that from Melbourne, or that was a lifestyle change for you when you did the change from Melbourne?
Yeah. I moved to Canberra for work. Work and health. Yeah.
Yeah.
17 years. Can't believe it.
Wow. Yeah, I just found this stat. Where is it? Yeah, so 27% of people have been in their current home for 15 years or more. So that's about a quarter of the population. That's a long time. And 30% are sort of 5 to 14 years. So
some people never move.
Sorry?
Some people never move.
No. So it's interesting. I worked in England for a while, and I used to work in pubs. And anyway, a lot of the people that were there had lived and grown up within a couple of K of the pub. Their work was in a couple of K of the pub. Their family was in a couple of K. They just stayed really, really, really close into that area. And one of the friends, this was back from when I was in my 20s, found me on Facebook, and he came out and visited me in his 40s. First time being out of his area, out of the country, and came to Australia. It was huge.
That's really common. That's really common in London stuff. One of my boys worked in London managing pubs, and we observed that his life was about 7 or 8K.
Yeah. That's
the cost of transport. And then he'd travel for holidays and go everywhere, but his world was shrinking.
Yeah.
And I could see that if he stayed there too long, he was just going to get stuck.
Yeah.
A very mobile society in Australia.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I backpacked for 3 years, and so many people have backpacked because it's a big effort to get overseas, and then just really it's so expensive just to get there. So go for it. And I thought I'd go for 6 months. It was 3 years, and I call it the degree of life. And I think it's really important for people to experience other cultures. And I'd literally go and stay in a place until I got used to the people, got to know them a bit more, understood their culture, and then just keep moving on. Absolutely priceless. Priceless. Yeah. So moving is good. Look, my kids have moved a lot because we split up, and then their dad was getting rentals, and they were being sold. So they've had heaps and heaps of moves, which they're used to it. But it's also, as you said, about the decluttering, because you just acquire a lot of stuff. I've been in this home for 8 years, and man, that's a lot of stuff from primary school, every bit of artwork, all that sort of stuff, and choosing what to hang on to and what not to. And the kids also had choices. I give them boxes, go for it, because it also just becomes stuff in the end as well. So
it's interesting. And the big choice for me when we move is, would we move into a rental?
Right.
As a transition stage. Yeah. Don't know.
Yeah, test the waters though. So I think a lot of people around the world now are really stopping and looking at their lives and assessing, is it worth it? You know, is it worth these big, enormous mansions that are costing a fortune to run? You know, or, you know, are we happy in our environment, or do we want to downsize, or do we actually want to upgrade and get something that's, I know with people being stuck in smaller units that they're finding it very suffocating during this lockdown time here. It's like, oh my God, especially when we were only allowed out for an hour, and then it was 2 hours, and finally this week we can go out for as long as we like.
Yeah. So that's good. That's good.
It's a positive, yeah, for sure.
But I mean, you know, we've got no problem here with getting access to the country.
Hey, it's the first time it hasn't been an all blue sky. Every time you turn it around, Terry,
it's terrible. I'm in shock.
And I've just went for my 8.5K walk, and it was all blue, sunny skies. It's now, of course, overcast, but it was nice for Melbourne. It picks everyone's spirits up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So
I've got 3 steps.
Oh, yes.
Prepare. Pack. Prosper.
And what's the last one?
Prosper.
Prepare, pack, and prosper.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got 3 steps. I like that one. Prepare is good. Where are they? Here we go. All about moving. First of all, identify what is your why. Why do you want to move? Is it about a relationship breakdown, or meeting someone new? If it's a lifestyle change, you know, have you split up? What is your why? And then second one is, how strong is your motivation out of 10? How much do you really want to move? Because if you want to do something, as you know, the greater the emotion behind it and the drive for it, the stronger you'll do it. Mm. And then 3, what is the impact on you? Like being sensible, the realistic sort of impact financially, mentally. You know, that's what I was saying about people stuck in units, doing their heads in. Mental health, you know, I have to get out of here. Could you imagine being stuck in high rises in a little 1 bedroom with a couple of kids or something during all of this? I'd be going insane. My mental health would be, you know, rubbish. But, you know, what is the impact on your neighbourhood, leaving your community, leaving your friends, or moving into somewhere closer to be with your friends? Another case is, once again, a number of my girlfriends are split up, and one moved out of what she called the Golden Triangle, and she said, I have to stay in that Golden Triangle. She went out of it for 6 months, nearly went insane, and said, I have to get back. So re-rented back into that space because it was too isolating away from the community. And I think that's a big thing for a lot of people.
So what would you do if you went up north? How would you rebuild your community?
Well, being online is actually really helpful, but I have a lot of friends up there as well. So, you know, if you move up to a sunny spot, people come and visit. So I think it becomes more of an attraction that way. But, you know, also with this lockdown stuff, you don't have to physically be with people. It's like you're in Canberra, and we keep up every week, and Facebook helps in that way. And there's lots of positives from the social media. So I think it makes it easier to live anywhere and communicate with others. I mean, nothing beats a hug, Harry. When I see you, a Harry hug.
That is right. There's nothing that beats the face-to-face.
Yeah.
And there's lots, you know, the studies that show internet is good. It's mostly promoted by the people selling products on the internet.
Yeah.
Apple, Google, so on.
Yeah.
So I'm highly suspicious of those studies, actually, because I know from all the energetic work I've done, being with somebody is very different to being on a screen with them.
Yes, and we talk about this often, and this is what you said, the beauty for you of the business of breakfast was being back in front of the people, and having been off for whatever 6 months, now you're back in there. And have you found a big difference being back?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
There is, and it's quite interesting the way it's segmenting the group between those that love the online and those that love the face-to-face.
Yeah.
And I mean, you being in Melbourne, it's been a wonderful opportunity for you to join the group.
Yep.
You don't understand what I was talking about, but you're only getting a fraction of what it offers.
Yeah.
Online. Yeah.
Well, it's that vibe as well, you know, the energy of people that's in their space. And yeah, I think you're spot on. I mean, I've just noticed as we're starting to come out of this sort of lockdown on the weekend, because you could be out a little bit longer, just seeing people out on the banks of the Yarra or whatever, just interacting, it brought tears to my eyes. Some people brought out chairs and tablecloths and whatever, and they're all sitting together, like, small groups, but, interacting with people. Awesome.
Good. Well, I wish you well. You've got your house on the market now.
Staying positive.
Don't forget to put a clickable link to the listing on the bottom of this. Just in case.
Just in case. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone want to move to Melbourne? Because I'm really pumping it up for you.
Not so sure about that.
Oh man, it's frightening, isn't it? Frightening. But anyway, really good topic, Harry. It's something that's, who knows what's happening around the corner, but I think we will find a lot more people will be moving after this sort of lockdown.
I've just had a thought, Sally.
Sorry?
I just had a thought. You could buy an off-road van and live in that.
Oh man, I'm not like you. Do you know how much stuff I have? Oh my goodness. It would take 50 pairs of gym shoes and
No, I just mean as a transition step.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. I could do that. That could be the trailer trash. That would be hilarious.
You could get one of those. I forget what they're called, but they're really round. They're like a teardrop shape from the 50s. They're very stylish.
Oh, Sputniks, those ones.
I can't remember what they're called, but very stylish. You could park it outside the cafe in South Yarra. You'd be fine.
Oh, you are hilarious. Hilarious. All right, on that note, darling, I look forward to catching up with you next week.
You just need to get yourself a disabled sticker.
Yeah, because parking's an issue because they fine you on everything down here.
It's getting like that everywhere.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. I'll see you next week. Bye.